Hello, good morning, dear Tungalians, freshers. Starts from 2020-21 batch. This is Tungal School of Basic and Applied Sciences, Degree College, Jamkandi, affiliated to RCU, Belagavi. I am Ramanjan Makineni, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, BSc Mathematics, Choice Based Credit System, CBCS, from 1st to 6th semester 2020-21 onwards. As I told that our college is affiliated to Rani Chennamma University, Belagavi. Now, the course structure and syllabus of undergraduate Bachelor of Science, BSc Mathematics, 1st to 6th semesters with effect from academic year 2020-21 and onwards under CBCS, that is credit based system. The total will be choice based credit system, CBCS. So now they are giving the credits for each semester and calculate in the final year all credits. Now, choice based credit system, CBCS, how it is that BSc Mathematics has one of the optional subject, revised syllabus, CBCS, with effect from 2021 and 2022 and onwards. So let us see the first year BSc, as the BSc program is of 3 years with PCM, Physics, Chemistry and Mathematics. As we are discussing about the Mathematics optional subject. So first year in the BSc, in the first year we have the first sem and second sem. In the first sem, the title of the paper is paper 1, Algebra 1 and Calculus 1. So this paper 1 is to be for 100 marks, in which 20 for internal assessment and 80 for the theory examinations. So if I are getting that out of outs, subject credits is to be 3. As this year onwards, the UGC curriculum, the university has introduced the practicals in mathematics. So in the first sem we have the practical one, and it is to be for 50 marks, in which 10 for the internal assessment and for the 40 for the practical examinations. The credential is to be giving 1. So for first semester, we have the total marks are to be 150, both the theory and practical, whereas the credentials are to be 4. Similarly, after continuation of first semester, in the same year, we have the second semester is there after 6 months. That the subject is to be paper 2. So the topic calculus 2 and 3-dimensional geometry. It is again for 100 marks. There we have the 20 for the internal assessment and the 80 for the theory examinations. Its credits will be 3. Similarly, practical 2, we have for 50 marks, 10 is for the assessment and 40 is for the practical examinations. Its credits are to be 1. So 150 marks for second semester and 4 credentials. For the total first year, we have the mathematics is for the 300 marks, whereas the credits are to be 8 points. So similarly in the second year, we have the third sem and the fourth sem. In the third sem, the total marks are to be 200 for the subject, theory subject and the practical. The subject credits will be 6. So after completion of this third sem, in the same year, we have the fourth sem. It is again the 4 the same 3 papers, 2 are the theory papers and 1 is the practical. The marks are to be 200 and the credits are to be 6. So for the second year, the total marks are to be 400, whereas the credits are to be 12. As in continuation of this, the third year is to be 5th sem and the 6th sem. The title of the papers in the 5th sem are all these along with the practicals, whereas the total marks will be 350 and the credentials are to be 10. After completion of this 5th sem, in the third year again 6th sem is to be existing. So the title of the papers are all this here, whereas the marks are to be 350 in the 6th sem. Its credentials are to be 10. So for the 5th and 6th sems, the credentials are to be 20. So in all together in the 3 years in 6 sems, for mathematics total marks for 3 years are to be 1400 and its credits are to be 40. Let us see the BSc first semester mathematics. The title of the paper is paper 1, algebra 1 and calculus 1. So here internal assessment is 20, theory the university is conducting for 80 marks. The total marks are to be 100 and the credentials that I already told it is 3. Right. Syllabus are to be divided into 5 units, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4 and unit 5. So first unit 1, matrices and determinants. See that here recapitulation of matrices, symmetric matrices, skew symmetric matrices, elementary transformations, rank of a matrix, reduction to normal forms, inverse of a matrix by elementary transformations, solutions of system of linear equations. Even continuation determinants, expansion of determinant of fourth order, reciprocal determinants, symmetric and skew symmetric determinants. As we have in PUC also, matrices and determinants is there. So just we have to recapitulate the definitions of matrices and the types of matrices as we have already it is. Later on we define the symmetric matrix. A square matrix is said to be a symmetric matrix if A transpose is equal to A. So we have to define there the transpose also. Later on symmetric matrix and skew symmetric matrix. The square matrix is to be skew symmetric matrix if A transpose is equal to minus A. Like that. Elementary transformations. Here are the row and column transformations. Later on, define the rank of a matrix as it has the three methods are there: the minor system, echelon system, and the normal system. So that the matrix can be reduced to the either these of three forms, then find the rank of the matrix. The row and column operations are to be more useful in the reduction of a matrix to echelon form or maybe normal forms to find the rank of the matrix. Next, inverse of a matrix by elementary transformations. This also we have in the PUC. There we are finding out the inverse of a matrix by elementary transformations. Next, solution of system of linear equations. In PUC also we have the methods are there, which are to be particularly inverse law to find the system of linear equations. Ax is equal to b implies x is equal to A inverse b, where A inverse is the inverse of a matrix and b is the constant matrix in the system of equations in RHS. Next, determinants. Expansion of determinant of fourth order. As we know already, the determinant of the third order of a matrix, but here is a little bit is extension. So determinant, next we define the reciprocal determinants that we may have to see after completion of the definition of the determinants. Next, symmetric and skew symmetric determinants is similar almost to the defined here is symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Next, in continuation of this unit 2, real number system, properties of real number system, that natural number system and then the real number system in continuation, inequalities and absolute values, LUB and GLB and Archimedean properties of real numbers. So let us take the definitions of the number system. There the real numbers, the bigger set, later on the complex numbers, not here, only the real number system. That properties are there. That is, A into 1 is equal to A plus 0 is equal to A, like that we may have to prove. Next, inequalities can be solved. That also you know in PUC, which is to be x square minus 5x plus 6 is less than 0 or maybe greater than 0. That are called inequalities. And absolute values, the modulus functions, mod x minus 2, mod x, we have defined there, later on mod x minus a, like that we will define and finding out the x values. Next, LUB and GLB, least upper bound and greatest lower bound of a set and of a function, and Archimedean properties of real numbers. That is, we defined the theorem based on the Archimedean properties. Next, in continuation of this, limits and continuity. This also a little bit in PUC, so that they are giving the word recapitulation of limits and continuity that we may have to define. The problems are also there, a few theorems are also there. Next, algebra of limits with proofs. That is, limit f of x plus g of x as x tends to a is equal to limit f of x as x tends to a plus limit g of x as x tends to a. Algebra means all the basic operations are existing between the limits. Next, properties of continuous functions. After defining the continuity, then we will go for the continuous function and its properties, whose theorems also we may prove. Next, boundedness of continuous function. So for continuous function, what is to be the bound? Upper bound and lower bound of the continuous functions. That also we have there. Next, unit 3, intermediate value theorem. As this is based on the properties of continuous functions that we defined and we may have to prove. Borel covering theorem also statement only is there. Uniform continuity. Continuity and here is their continuity and uniform continuity. So L'Hospital rules statement only. Next, indeterminate forms, which are to be, the rational function is to be of the form 0 by 0 or maybe infinity by infinity. All these are called indeterminate forms that we can reduce to the L'Hospital, and we may have to find the limits of such rational functions. Next, unit 4. This is higher order derivatives. Right. As we know, the first and second orders of a function in PUC, later on the third, fourth and may be extended to the nth derivative of algebraic inverse functions, logarithm functions, exponential functions, next sine and cos functions, multiple of these exponential and sine functions, multiple of exponential and cos functions. We can find the nth derivative of these type of functions. Next, Leibniz rule for nth derivative of the product. In PUC also, derivative of product of two functions are there, whereas here is extending its nth derivative of product of two functions by using the Leibniz rule. Next, unit 5. Mean value theorem. Rolle's and Lagrange's mean value theorems. These two are there in PUC also. That a few examples are there. Later on, we are seeing a little bit more the problems based on these Rolle's and Lagrange's mean value theorem. In addition to this, a few theorems are to be existing in this first year, first semester. Cauchy mean value theorem, Taylor's theorem with Skolmich and Roche's form of remainder, and Maclaurin series. The problems based on this and examples also we have to be discussed in the class. As the practicals are introduced after completion of theory examinations or during the syllabus we discussed, we have to see the practical in the first year. So these are all a few practicals are given that we have to use science lab to do the practicals, and we are writing the programs for all these practicals that we have to discuss after coming to the college. Next, scheme of examination. How the question paper is to be giving. First semester mathematics, paper 1, algebra 1 and calculus 1, title of the paper. Maximum marks are to be 80 times 3 hours, because in total 100, 20 are to be internal assessment. So there we have the, in question paper, part A, part B, part C, like that they will divide. The part A, the first question, as they are giving 12 questions, attempt 10 each, 2 marks. So that allotment for part A is 10 into 2 is 20. Next, part B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this 6 questions are to be giving. Attempt only 4 questions, each carries 5 marks. So 4 into 5 is 20. And then part C. Part C. Right. The questions are to be 8A, B, 9AB, 10AB, 11AB, 12AB. They are giving 5 questions in part C, attempt only 4, each carries 10 marks. So that 40 marks for that part. So all together part A, part B, part C, you have the 80 marks. This is for theory examinations, that the examination. So after BSc, what will have to do it? There are, the ways are there here, the 4 ways are there. You may have to go to the B.Ed and competitive exams. So if you are completing B.Ed, you will get the teacher job, that you know. And for competitive examinations, if you are preparing, The jobs are to be in private sector, MNCs, multinational companies. For government sector, we have the banks, staff selection commission, railways, life insurance corporations, and state government jobs. Or sometimes the students are to be attending for the KAS and UPSC examinations. Right. Next, either this one or maybe two, MSc in local universities for getting jobs, the degree college or maybe the junior colleges. The MSc subject may be physics, chemistry or mathematics, whatever you can choose, that you have to complete the PG degree for getting of the lecturer job. Even some students again go to for the competitive examinations. Next, as you are go to again for the further studies to join in IITs, we may have tried the JAM examination, joint admission for MSc. So here you may have the get admission MSc, it is the postgraduate, or MSc plus PhD integrated program. These are for the again junior degree college lecturers or maybe university lecturers also. The admissions are to be in IITs or maybe NITs. Even after completion of this, they may go for these lecturer posts or maybe going for the competitive examinations. They are writing the KAS, UPSC and like that. Or for further studies, again in IITs, they may have tried the GATE examination. GATE examination. Graduate admission test for engineering. After MSc, this is for doing MTech in IITs or maybe IITs. Even after completion of this, they are going for the lecturers or maybe sometimes scientists in companies or in government sector. When they are trying for the competitive examinations, they may have to face the KAS or maybe the UPSC examinations for IAS, IPS, IRS, etc. So all these things to be helpful. Thank you very much. Good luck all of you.